These are still good tennis.
Did you see that thing where they were asking, I don't know if it was online or people at a tournament, whether they can win a point against a professional player?
Well, I'll put the thing up, but yeah, there was a poll, and they had some of the commentators on this tennis channel talking about it. Like, there's I think it was 80% of amateurs think they can get a few games off of like Djokovic or
games or a point?
I want to say games, but I could be wrong.
Here are the percentage of people who thought they could win a game against a professional tennis player. 71% overall, more than 80% of the younger players, and nearly half of players over the age of 55 were like, yeah, I can get a game off Joker. Okay.
Either way, it's delusional. Like, Roddick went off, and I agree. There's no effing way. There's no F. No.
This is insane. If I had as much self-confidence in my tennis game as these people who were surveyed do, I would have won Wimbledon 17 times minimum. This is absolutely insane. There is no chance. I played the Ohio University intramural champion back in like 05 or 06 because a guy was writing a book about, what would be needed to compete with a pro. I beat him with a frying pan, Steve, a frying pan. And it's not like I'm the most talented guy. There it is.
No.
You watch it and you're like, oh yeah, I think I can get in there and turn that serve, but there's no way. I mean,
tennis on TV, everything's, I think, if
so much slower. Yeah.
If they in that bird's eye view, you just think, oh, why couldn't you get to that? But if they brought that camera like at the ground level, close to the player, I think people would get a real idea of how fast that ball's going.
And we're talking about people like our level. We're like a 4.0, 4.5 level players. Leo and I, and I think women would dominate us. Even the college girls would dominate us. I couldn't beat a college girl.
Yeah.
A D1. Like, maybe I can get a game off. I don't even know I don't think so.
I was watching this. I don't know who. I'll put a shout out if I remember where I saw this video. But someone was doing an analysis of this conversation, and they actually did the math of like, okay, he's like a 4.5 player, and he like timed like when he hit the ball and when it landed on the other side. And then he did that same analysis with a pro. And it's like, I don't know, like 8 seconds, the ball from the minute you hit it to when it lands. And then like the best he could do is 15. And that's not even aiming right. Just like with no direction. They do that on a normal basis. And I'm probably getting my seconds wrong, but just the velocity of that ball coming at you, it's not.
Well, I don't
no effing way.
When I lived in Miami, I would play where they used to play the Miami Open in Crandon Park, and there would be professional players there on the court, and you would know it's a professional player because it sounds like they're when they make contact, like it's like a shotgun, like a gun going off. It's like it's a different sound. They move different. They hit different. Bottom line, it's ridiculous. No one can get not even a point. No, not even a point.
Not even a point. It'd be like you'd be done in 30 minutes.
You couldn't
you'd be done in 20 minutes.
I don't even think you can get a return of serve like in the court. Maybe. No.
Maybe. Barely. Maybe.
I have this app that I record my matches and it edits the time in between and it gives you the mile per hour and it gives you the spin. I don't know how accurate it is, but. You feel like you're ripping the ball, and I'm serving between 65 and maybe like 85, 90, like on my best serve. I think, me and like this really young guy, that guy James, we had tripped 100 a few times, but a big serve is in the 80s for us. That is like nothing for them.
That's nothing. That's a second serve.
They're serving 135, and then the second is 105.
I know.
110.
The women are doing that too.
Yeah.
The women are doing that.
They're hitting the second, 85, 90.
Right, but their first serves are... Yeah. I mean, when I went Miami Open the night before you guys showed up, and I got pretty close because I just got tickets last second. And I was watching Rebecca play, and because you're that close, you see the little speedometer, and like her first serves were like 115, or second serves, you're right, 80, but on average are a little like closer to 90. So I'm like, there's there's no way.
They're
Right?
professionals for a reason. They're extremely gifted. They've been playing tennis since they're 5 years old, and their whole life is tennis. Like they didn't even go to school. Like they homeschool. They're just constant tennis. We're out here. We love watching. We love playing. I started playing in my mid 30s, and I think I'm pretty decent. But come on, professionals, you're not getting a point. You're not getting a game.
It's just
Especially the men.
It's just a funny thought that people think, oh yeah, if I could do that, I can totally do that. But
Yeah.
people are delusional, but it's funny. It's a funny stat.
Well, they probably watch football on TV and they're like, oh, yeah. And then have you ever seen a defensive lineman like in person? They're like the biggest human beings you ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it's funny.
Even
Funny
college
stuff.
players, like,
Yeah, you're
anyone
not
that's
gonna do
played in college and still plays this is, it's not even fair, like, even playing them.
it. No, they're
in
like
our
immediate,
leagues. Yeah.
immediate 5-0 or 5-5.
Definitely.
Or, I don't know what the UTR is on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ridiculous.